impact, more than just a game.
Caitlin Clark just dropped the most explosive interview in WNBA history. And no, that's not an exaggeration. In a never-before-seen, completely unfiltered conversation with Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, Caitlin didn't just speak her truth, she detonated it. What you're about to hear? It's not in any article, it's not on SportsCenter. This is exclusive. The full story, no filters, no cutaways. From locker room whispers to headline-snatching callouts, this was the moment the WNBA changed forever. This was the moment the rookie stopped being the rookie and became the future. A year ago, Diana Taurasi made headlines with one unforgettable warning. Reality is coming. It was icy, confident. A shot aimed directly at Caitlin Clark's college dominance. A reminder that the W is built different. Fast forward to now, live on Zoom, face-to-face with that very legend, Caitlin fired back. Unfortunately, reality is coming to me now. Delivered with a calm smile and locked eye contact. No panic, no hesitation, just a silent mic drop that echoed through the basketball world. This wasn't a rookie playing nice. This was a signal. The next generation wasn't coming. It had already arrived. But talk is talk. What matters is what happens on the court. That moment happened in Phoenix, their first head-to-head. A sold-out arena, an atmosphere Taurasi herself called surreal, like the final game ever played. And Caitlin? She didn't flinch. In fact, she remembered the game for one reason. We were down 15 and came all the way back and won. That comeback wasn't about stats. It was about defiance. It was a shift in gravity. A college phenom walked into a Hall of Famers house and left with the win. That was the night a statement was made, and every player in the league felt it. Off the court, the spotlight burned even brighter. When WNBA icon Sheryl Swoopes publicly claimed the Indiana Fever locker room was toxic, the media ran wild. Rumors, speculation. But Caitlin waited, and now she's setting the record straight. That whole week, people said we didn't get along. I was like, this is the most together team I've ever seen. And just like that, she destroyed the narrative. Caitlin said what no headline would, that chemistry was real. That the reason they turned around in 0-8 start wasn't luck. It was unity. That locker room wasn't breaking. It was bonding. And only the people inside knew the truth. She even doubled down on what turned things around. We had fun. That's the thing nobody talks about. We were having a blast, even when we were losing. That's why we won. There's a lesson in that. Pressure doesn't always crush, it can bond. And for Caitlin, that chemistry isn't a bonus. It's the fuel. And speaking of fuel, you remember the photo. Caitlin Clark, shoulders sculpted, arms flexed. The internet lost its mind. Some thought it was AI, a trick of the camera. But no, she set the record straight. I've been in the weight room a lot, and honestly, I like it. That's the difference. She's not training for show. She's training to dominate. She's added a floater, mid-range pull-up, finishing through contact. The kind of skill set you need to survive in the W. But she's not looking to survive. She's coming to take over. And she's not doing it alone, and Indiana isn't the same team from last season. They've got firepower now, new head coach Stephanie White, vets like Natasha Howard, shot makers like Sophie Cunningham, lockdown defenders like Sydney Colson. This isn't a rebuild, it's a reload, and Caitlin, she's already thinking like a leader. 7 new players barely any time before preseason, and we've got to figure it out fast. Most rookies play catch-up. Caitlin's setting the pace. She's not adjusting to the league. The league is adjusting to her. When asked about Paige Buchers, she didn't hesitate. Her poise, that's something you need in the W. She gave Paige her flowers, called her mid-range elite, called her unshakable. But make no mistake, there was an edge. Caitlin respects her, but she's not handing over anything. If Paige is coming, she's stepping into a league Caitlin is already reshaping. But it's not just Paige, it's a whole new wave. Players like Angel Reese, Juju Watkins, and more. Young stars building hype before even entering the league. Caitlin was asked how she feels about the comparisons. It's awesome, I love it, but I'm not competing for headlines, I'm competing to win games. That's the Caitlin Clark difference. Not louder, just better. And if you want to know who pushed Caitlin the hardest in college, it wasn't a player. It was a mastermind. Gino Auriemma always had something in his back pocket. 3 matchups with UConn, 3 battles. Caitlin said his scouts were brutal. His strategies were surgical. Full court pressure, defensive shifts, every inch contested. But that pressure, it made her smarter, sharper. A shooter turned strategist. Then came the laughs. Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi, and Caitlin, all reflecting on their most chaotic moments. Diana bragged about getting tossed. Sue joked about her spotless record. And Caitlin, she delivered the numbers. 6 techs, last season. Not all for arguing, some for passion, some for emotion, some for simply caring too much. 1 for hitting the stanchion. Another one, I accidentally hit someone, and I wasn't even yelling. She promised her coach, just 2 techs this year. Sue and Diana didn't buy it. Over, they both said instantly, way over. It was comedy gold, but under the jokes was something deeper. Caitlin knows how hot the spotlight burns, and she's not running from it. She's leaning in. Meanwhile, something wild is happening outside the locker room. The Caitlin Clark effect is real, and it's bigger than basketball. Her jersey, sold out. Her highlights, trending every week. Her name, being shouted by kids, quoted by NBA players, and studied by coaches across the country. She's not just inspiring fans, she's activating a movement. She's not just part of the culture, she's redefining it. And the WNBA? It's no longer just watching, it's orbiting around her. She's already reshaping how teams are marketed. Sponsorship deals are piling in. Ticket prices are surging. Brands that never touched the WNBA are now calling daily. Why? Because Caitlin Clark doesn't just bring attention, she brings results. And the crazy part? She's only just getting started. She's talked about her goals, championships, longevity, leadership, but also evolution. She's constantly looking for holes in her game and patching them fast. Her vision? Build a legacy, not just as a scorer, but as a complete player, a playmaker, a winner, a symbol. This interview wasn't a segment, it was a power shift. In just one conversation, Caitlin Clark clapped back at legends, corrected the media, laughed through chaos, and proved she's not a fluke. She's not hype, she's history in motion. You'll remember this, where you were when it happened. Because this moment right here, this was when the future arrived. So tell us in the comments, are we witnessing the start of a dynasty? Or are we already in it? Smash that like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications. Because from this point forward, Caitlin Clark isn't just part of the conversation. She is the conversation, and this is just the beginning.
1 click, big impact. Hit that subscribe button and join the squad. Your support keeps us going.